Hello, good morning. Back at Anchorage Airport, 6 o'clock. Here's my friend Gus.
How's it going?
One of the biggest Alaska Airlines supporter, and he talked me into follow him to do this special flight all the way up north to the most northern settlement in the US. It's a town called Barrow. How do you say in that original language?
Utqiagvik.
The first thing in the morning came to the airport is to eat.
Of course. Sustenance.
Eat up first before we fly, so want to check out the view outside. This is another 747 capital in the world. There's a couple of 747-8, including the Retro Cathay Pacific freighters. Alrighty, walking down the jet bridge, boarding the flight. In fact, this is a small Embraer 175.
That's right.
It's
Operated
not
by Horizon.
Hey, good morning, Captain. Good morning, I'm Sam.
Sam,
Nice to meet you, sir.
how you doing?
Good, how are you, sir?
Good morning, I'm Claudio. I'm the captain of this flight. We have Lauren, first officer. And we're heading out to Barrow, which is the northernmost town in the United States. It's an hour and 34 minutes flying time. And we're climbing to 34,000 feet. We're expecting pretty good weather. And it looks like right now the sun is shining. It's forecast soon for our arrival. It is just above freezing. It's, I think, 36 or 38 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 2 or 3 Celsius. So it's 24-hour sunlight at the moment, as you probably know.
Yeah.
I guess it makes up for the 67 days of dark that they have in the winter. So there are polar bears up in Barrow.
Okay, well, watch out for the bear. Okay, we'll put bear spray on it. Okay, see ya.
All right, folks, we are ready to go. Please place your devices in airplane mode.
Well, I don't usually fly domestic a lot, so it's been a while since I flew on a Embraer 175 jets. I can see the winglets and big windows here. Very friendly. We flew past Denali, the highest peak in North America, rising dramatically above the Alaskan wilderness. Even on this short 90-minute flight, first-class passengers were served a fruit and cheese platter. But for me, it was the scenery outside that truly stole the show. Below us were countless lakes, some still covered with floating ice, while the surrounding snow and ice slowly melted into the landscape. It was a spectacular reminder just how vast, untouched Alaska really is. All right, we are descending, and as we get down lower and lower, I can see the melting iceberg, and it's lots of swamps here. I think it's like river or just ice melting away, but it's such a beautiful sight. Very unique, very different flying to the Arctic Circle. I read about Barrow is about 300 kilometers north of Arctic Circle, and I looked up the density altitude right now. It's negative 600 feet. So from the textbook I learned, that should give us extra performance on the airplane for takeoff and land. We had a stunning arrival into Barrow under completely clear skies. The approach felt wide open and incredibly remote, descending over the vast Arctic wilderness with only a handful of houses visible below. That scenery is totally worth coming here, and what a beautiful day as well. Lucked out today. Captain, that was beautiful. Beautiful flight, very smooth, very calm landing.
You're welcome. Welcome to Barrow. This is your first time here?
Yep, first time.
Well, you can see you got the best day ever, because we don't normally get it like this here. Wind was fairly calm. It was a nice smooth R&P approach onto runway 26. So.
And what's the craziest altimeter you have seen in Alaska here?
The lowest I've ever seen is 2810 or something like that.
2810. Oh my God.
Somewhere around there, yeah. And the highest I've seen is 30 8 something. So
That's
it's a lot of
crazy.
variation.
10 out of 10 on the landing.
Thank you. You enjoy yourself.
Be well. Thank you, Captain. And for those people who didn't know, he actually flew Emirates. He flew the A380 in Dubai. So we kind of
a little smaller now, but it's still fun.
It's still pretty chill here, pretty cold. 7 degrees, sunny. Hello.
Welcome.
Sam, this is Lena. Hey, Lena.
Nice to meet
Hey,
you.
nice to meet you. All right.
Barrow.
This is the terminal?
This is our terminal. yeah.
Wow. Welcome to Barrow. This is the terminal from what the outside looks like. It's pretty chill here. Feels like a cold winter morning, but I guess this is summer for most of them.
Gus knew the airport operations team, so we decided to stay behind and watch the aircraft depart before our sightseeing trip to the town.
See this orange, we call it a wheel loader. It's a Hitachi. And then these silver boxes, these are what we call box boards. Normally, these are used more in like a cargo operation, offloading the belly, that type of thing. But here, we use it for all of our baggage, all of our cargo, everything. We don't really use bag carts much here.
Well, that's it. Our flight just left. We're alone here now. Yeah, the whole run went quiet. We're gonna have a tour continued by trainer Tim here.
Well, after that flight left and the whole terminal has gone dead. I've never been to a terminal like this except during COVID, right? And no passengers around, no one check in, no cargos. It's quiet now.
And look at all the stickers here. This is all the like fragile, heavy. This one's nice. This one says cool.
Yeah, you might want to put one of those on your vest. That way
Yeah.
everybody knows.
Yeah, cool. I'll stick one here. That's my name.
About an hour later, the entire station was alerted to the arrival of an incoming Boeing 737 freighter.
So our rampers have set up for the freighter now for the arrival. We have all our outbound ULDs set up. You'll see these metal trays. These are rollers for taking the ULDs off the plane. So this is one of our 800 freighters. It fits about 11 of these full-size ULDs, unit load devices. So each one of these will fit at least 4 pallets, and they can stack stuff in between. They're using our Commander 15i to offload it from the aircraft.
So it's interesting, this unit loader is actually quite transparent. You can see what's inside. Mostly looks like grocery shopping, boxes from Amazon, and also toilet paper. And I saw lots and lots of chips. People bringing all the food, all the water, the Coke, everything was brought in. Yeah, it's interesting. You have even water. Water gets air freighted here.
Yep.
Yeah, you got water from Costco. You got canola frying oil.
Candy here, that's getting ready for folks getting ready for 4th of July.
Like chips get air freighted here.
After 45 minutes of unloading and loading, the Boeing 737 freighter departed Barrow and the airport felt quiet once again.
Here we are just finally leaving the airport after a couple hours of sightseeing there, and now team's driving us to the town and we're gonna have lunch. We're gonna do a bit of sightseeing Tim, how many people you think lives in Barrow?
It's actually right around 5,000.
What's a winter day like here?
Very cold. We tend to get a lot more wind. We get what we call wind chill. So if it's 10 degrees outside in the early winter, it can feel already like it's below zero just because of the wind chill. It's blowing the heat off of your skin. So there's an old saying, 30 below, 30 mile an hour winds, 30 seconds for your skin to freeze, any exposed skin.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Here comes some unusual road traffic. Look, there's the cargo pallets on a tractor.
And that one was Northern Air Cargo. You can see their emblem on the side of it.
Funny, they just drove it out on the road like this.
Yeah, and actually we used to bring our loader off the airport as well. All these homes are associated with our hospital up here. Most of these are duplexes, so kind of like townhomes.
What's the local language here? Like, what's it called? Inupiaq?
And Utqiagvik.
Inupiaq.
With the Q at the end, it's a very hard sound.
Inupiaq.
Yeah, Utqiagvik.
That's the local language.
Yeah. So the Alaska natives up here are the Utqiagvik, or the Inuit people.
And this is the hospital.
Yeah, you can notice it's all present.
Here's our stop. In front of us is the Arctic Sea, the Arctic Ocean. But you look at this. This is it. This is Arctic. It goes all the way, I guess, to the pole, I think. Look at how pure, how white, how beautiful this is. I'm speechless. Never forget this day. And me and Gus now, we're gonna try. Oh, you already touched? We're gonna touch the water of the Arctic. Woo, cold. It is cold.
Believe it or not, Barrow does receive a surprising number of tourists. We headed into town for lunch at a local hotel, where the prices were quite reasonable and the portions were huge and delicious.
So this is a baby bowhead whale skull. It's been carved on.
So Tim, wondering how much is the gasoline cost here? How much per gallon?
Unleaded gas is $6.90 per gallon. That was last year's price. So when they brought it in the back on the barge, they established a price at that time.
Okay, so we are in a grocery store, right? This is a supermarket?
Yep. So this is what is known as Utqiagvik.
Oh, this is quite big.
Yeah.
Wow, you got lots of supplies here, all brought by airplane. All cargoes. $4.19.
Daily Rockstar,
$5.
$5.19
for iced tea.
I was surprised to see so much fresh produce being airlifted into Barrow. There was certainly no shortage of supplies here, although prices were considerably higher because of the cost of transporting everything by air.
Toilet paper, $40. Yeah, so here we're driving on a World War II runway.
So the Navy built this runway back during World War II. This type of runway was easily deployed and usable quickly. It's an interlocking type of metal mesh. When I was a kid, I moved up here when I was 9. It was one of the things that we would go do as a family is my dad would bring us out in our old Suburban and he'd just let us have a turn at the wheel and we'd drive on this runway when it was in much better condition back then.
We're back inside the airport terminal, where the entire operations team gathered for a briefing ahead of the afternoon arrival.
That's one of the other unique challenges here is that we do everything. We don't have catering services. We don't have mechanics. So we do every operation. So they're just talking about where they're going to offload first and start loading. And they mentioned that when the DPL is ready to come off the plane, so they'll be the last passenger off, Maurice, our ramper, is going to break off from the loading offloading procedures and go get the DPL truck. And then I will be riding that truck with the passenger into the warehouse, and then we'll escort them out to the front.
And in case you're wondering where everyone on the team comes from, Tim has the answer.
We have Tongans, Samoans, some of those Tongans and Samoans from Hawaii, which is where I was born also. And then we have one guy from Trinidad, and then we have a few Filipinos here as well.
That's really global.
Yeah.
Who the front in
Yeah,
Barrow?
in Barrow.
With people from all
I'm-
sort of warm places.
I'm the only white guy in this station right now, so like.
Hey, Maurice, are you Tongan as well?
No, I'm Samoan.
Samoan.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Great to meet you, man.
Check this
Wow.
out. We have a sign, Barrow, and all our staff is coming. Come on, everybody. Everybody, let's take a photo together.
Say hello to the camera. Hi.
With being empowered for safety here at Alaska Airlines, every employee, if they see something wrong, they are able to say something and stop the entire operation until it is safe to resume.
And with that, we boarded the Boeing 737 and flew out of Barrow after spending 9 hours there. Once again, the scenery took my breath away, but just as memorable was the warmth and the goodwill of everyone at the Barrow station. I truly hope to return one day, perhaps in the winter, to experience this remarkable place in a completely different season. Thanks for watching.